Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing another deep dive into Internet Computer, aka ICP, and try to predict price targets by using the Elliott Wave Theory. I'm here to give my unbiased and high probability outlook, and hopefully this video helps you from a technical analysis perspective. It's been a hot minute since we've discussed this coin, but nothing really has changed since our last analysis. This coin does seem to be doing incredibly well in terms of holding the current support levels, as with pretty much any other altcoin. And we still have a pretty good risk-reward ratio in terms of a possible long setup for the continuation to the upside, as our local bottom looks like it is in. Now, after our move to the downside, we were looking for another smaller degree 1-2 to the upside to kind of confirm things, and it is lagging in that regard against many other altcoins. But do know, ICP did move before many other altcoins. It moved up, I would say, around 500%. Now, ICP is a bit tricky to count on the local timeframes, but if it were to move out of this current range, it would up the probability by quite a bit that we are going to be working in another expansion phase. ICP did take a massive hit ever since its listing, but remember, no altcoin can go down forever in a trending market, so this may be a good opportunity to kind of dabble into these coins that have taken a massive hit. And with that being said, the overall structure does look good from a top-down analysis, where we had a pretty clean separation of wave degrees during the bear market. But what's most important about the price action is that we had an impulse off of the lows in a 5-wave fashion in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside that resulted in, what was it, 500, 600%? 640% or so, and that's massive. The altcoin season happened quite a bit early, back in late 2023, early 2024 for ICP, before any other altcoin basically. We then had another expected downturn or drawdown period of a 70% move to the downside, but that was also anticipated, as we have discussed in many of the previous ideas. And when you have a follow-up as a 5-wave move after a long period of drawdown, it usually indicates that we are either in a corrective rally as an ABC or complex correction to the upside, or seemingly to what I hopefully is going to be is a new expansion phase of a bull market that's going to be listed as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. In my opinion, I believe with all of the market sentiment combined, I think that the market participants at this point are basically pretty much siding with the bull market side. So we might as well trend with the markets as well until something happens. But either way, the Elliott Wave Theory gives us the hybrid scenarios that even if we were in a bear market rally, the opportunities of the current Elliott Wave structure tells us that we can take advantage of this next possible move to the upside with proper risk management taken into consideration. So with that being said, how do we find that idea that we could be working in two ideas to the upside? Because of that 5-wave move off of the lows, like I said, a 5-wave move off the lows either puts us into going into a wave 1 or a wave A, and if this is a wave B, we're still missing this partner leg to the upside that could be a wave C, and that still gives us a plenty of opportunity and kind of to be able to reassess at that point when we do reach the level of that possible 101 extension, where wave A is equal to wave C. That's our minimum expectation when you're looking for a simple zigzag ABC to the upside or downside in a bear market, and that's still around a 500 to 600% gain. That's pretty modestly conservative in terms of the targets, around $40. And what do you see? It's not even reaching any of the major tops or the listing price for that matter, around $300 per ICP. So if that's the case, we're still looking for quite a bit of a move to the upside, and if it is going to be that bullish continuation, which I also do expect at this current time of recording, that we're going to be looking for a wave 1, 2, and then a 3, 4, 5 to follow suit, which is a far more bullish. Again, those ideas do overlap with each other, and that's the beauty of Elliott Wave Theory, because it does give you a hybrid price action in terms of what kind of patterns could be playing out. Because the only way this could be a bear market rally is if we count this alternatively as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going into a wave A, this B wave rally, or known as the bear market rally, and then we're expecting another move to the downside of breaking this previous low, then you're still looking for upside no matter what, like I've said. So as you can see, all of the scenarios right now are still kind of considering for a move to the upside, and that's why ICP is still, in my opinion, one of the best risk-reward ratio setups right now that we have with the current market situation. Now, like I said, the current local or micro time frame counts are a bit tricky to count, but this is the really only way I can count it, because we did count the 5 waves off of the lows for this wave 1, and then we had a sharp ABC where C wave was heavily extended going there, and we do have still validity for this wave 2 as we didn't break this previous low. Then we had a corrective style move to the upside upside as a leading diagonal going to wave 1, and then another 3-wave corrective style going into wave 2 for a smaller degree. We did create some kind of contracting pattern that could lead us into a possible extended wave 2 as a WXYXZ, but I like to kind of separate the degrees a little bit better, and just for kind of organizational purposes, this seems like the most probable bottom here. And in that case, we could be working in a nested 1-2-1-2. And we are already seeing that in a lot of altcoins like XRP, and we've already fulfilled a lot of the movements of the minor degree to the upside, and we're kind of already working the higher degrees. So this coin may be lagging, and this may be an opportunity to kind of look for coins that actually do have opportunity, where maybe you missed out on XRP or XLM for that matter, Dogecoin, for example. But yeah, this is still looking quite good in terms of the actual Elliott Wave structure setup. Again, the main idea is that we did have a 5-wave impulse off the lows in a 640% manner, and we did have another corrective move off of the lows from the top to this level here, and I believe the Fibonacci levels should have been hit around the 61.8%, and yep, that's exactly that level of that golden Fibonacci level zone, and that's kind of the most important zone for a wave 2 corrective pullback. It can also go down to the 78.6 or the 88.6% level, but wave 2 usually will correct deeper in the first largest primary degree. Again, I do work in degrees of 3 degrees. I don't like to go too deep into all the minor degrees below the minor degree and having too many of a messy count. But right now, based on what we have focused on the 3 hierarchy of degrees, right now we have this 1-2 possibly being complete in the primary degree, either as a flat 1-2 or as a sharp WXY, and that's a complex correction in itself. But I like to have this as a corrective move in itself and treat this move as an impulse to the upside. Again, confirmation is going to be here. Most importantly, we're breaking this previous high, and at that point, you still do have a little bit of opportunity left and some juice in the tank, where we can still be working up to around the $40 levels, and that should be the beginning point of where we should be reassessing the current situation, whether this is going to be a corrective move to the upside. But again, we'll have to see with the current market sentiment right now. I just like to believe that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Again, these are not drawn to scale. We might even have to put another degree here, a 4th degree, to kind of reassess how these minor degrees are playing out so that we can fit in a more impulsive structure to the upside for this move here, for this wave 3. So in my opinion, if this level of invalidation level does get secured and it's protected, we do have a first level invalidation for this 1, 2 here, which is going to be this previous low of this wave 2. But at this point, if that gets invalidated, we might as well just say that it's going to be invalidated entirely, and we may be working in some kind of WXYXZ to the downside. That still gives us relatively good support levels around the 78.6% level or the 88.6% level, but that's pretty much the maximum level for a wave 2 anyways, and that's how we're going to be seeing this ultimate move to the upside no matter what. Even if we were to correct down here, that's just ruining the overall expectation of the current count, but we do still have bullish validity back down at these levels here as well. But for now, I'd like to see this as a current secured bottom just based on the current sentiment of the markets, and I would say that this partner like for either an ABC to the upside to be the part of the narrative, or my opinion, going to be more impulsive and going to be part of the expansion phase, just like we were seeing for a lot of other altcoins. This coin took a massive hit, and I like to look at coins that have relatively strong momentum and divergence indicator reversals, as we saw over here. And that to me is going to be an accumulation phase in itself. And then we look for the follow-up, pushback, and then a follow-up, basically, if you're talking in Wyckoff methodologies. So hopefully that was helpful. I will have more updates in altcoins. I know you guys are anticipating more altcoins from my side. From an Elliott Wave perspective, we've been focusing on XRP and Bitcoin for quite a bit. So thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you really do want to see more altcoins, because we've been getting so much interest in the previous videos, this is why I'm also starting to go back into different altcoins and kind of expanding the horizon for everyone. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Bye-bye.